I'm Jeremiah Boucher, a commercial real estate investor with over 20 years experience. This show is designed to help you build your business, become a better real estate investor, and help you see opportunities that will keep you ahead of the competition. This is Finding Your Edge.
Reframing is so important, and just framing in general, because I really love what she said there is why, why do you want to do that? Like, why do I want to, whenever I get the, like when we were talking about reining in, when I get excited, why is it? It's because this is boring. It really just comes down to, this is boring. And I've done this already. I want to do something else, but the boring is what makes the money. And so we kind of get, at least for me, I get a little off track on this is the next. And we've talked about this, and I am the one that tells people not to go after the shiny objects because it deters you. It deters you from being the master of your craft. Being the master of your craft is the boring stuff. It's the stuff that is just the little cleaning, like the little bit of just the of improvement that you don't see. That's the stuff that matters. And so anyway, we that is it's important to hear. Good rein in. I feel better. I feel more energetic on what I now need to do. So this was good for me.
There's nuances to all of it, but I think that, obviously it's the fundamentals. It's like, why do all these sports coaches, John Wooden, the basic bounce pass, the basic, free throw shot, the basic stuff, the basic footwork, these guys that are just obsessive, the great coaches, Belichick, when you hear interviews of Edelman, he would say, you got to tackle, you got to win your matchup, you got to block, you got to catch the ball. It's this basic stuff, man, but we got to do it and be present in the moment and do it. And there's little things that we do that make us better. So just an example, Marty, that for health, I've been lifting weights my whole life. I know you do, we've hang and done workouts together. So for me, I, over all the years, I've hunched over and, I had lower back pain and hip pain and all this other stuff. And I went back to my basics of posture, and I was wondering, what can I work on so I can just start to feel more loose and feel more, pliable, and I can move, and I'm not fucking dying to bend when I'm bending over to tie my shoe every day, and there's other things with inflammation, but it was nice to finally hit a target where I went back to my posture coach, and I'm doing all this stuff to open up my scapula and my chest and not be hunched over. I can breathe better. I can move, and I can now have more energy, and I don't have the pain, and I'm doing better MMA, like the stuff that I've been training on. So for me, that's a boring thing. Like doing arm circles is a boring thing, or doing it like a movement on the ground to open up my scapula. It sucks, but I don't need to push any harder on weights. I can't push any harder on deadlifts and squats right now because my body will not let me do it anymore. I can now, if I go back and work on the fundamentals and open up my body, now I can make progress. But I think we have to go back to why are we doing what we're doing, and listening to our body and being self-aware, or listening to our mind or our heart and our relationships in our business, and going, okay, what are the fundamentals first? Can I move without pain? Right? Or can I run my business, and do I have great people in position to run these departments? Or am I just scurrying around, keeping the whole fucking thing going myself, and then going, okay, I'm bored, I need one more thing because I just want to add that on. I do the same thing, So it's let's go back to the basics and have the fundamentals, and then we can scale off of that, man.
If it wasn't so funny, it would also be sad at the same time, because I was like, maybe I was laughing at you saying that. I'm going to start crying at the same time, because it's so true. It's the fundamentals, and I am doing that. That's why I know I am doing that. We're not doing some things that we know we should be doing, right? Like stretching, like doing that because we want to go just break a sweat right away, and we want to get the workout done. And for my office, it's more, hey, you're not really, organizational behavior is not on point. You're not organizing your data. You got to get better with that. You need to be coaching your salespeople better, because I'm right. Because you take it for granted. You think they know it, and they don't. They need it every time. Everybody needs motivation every day. And so those are the things where it's I'm trying to keep myself busy with something else, because I know what I need to do. But it's like going to the gym. It's like dieting. You know what you got to do, but it's the
Mhm.
hard stuff that is how you improve. So yeah, I think there's some continued reflection that needs to be done here.
But there's
And
magic. There's magic in the presence of understanding why and what you're doing. Like there's so many layers inside the game. You know what I mean? So it's like
yeah,
when you start to, and we're visionaries, and so like reading Traction and reading Rocket Fuel, those books, it really helped give me a framework of how to understand entrepreneurial behavior. And you and I are visionaries where we're good salespeople. We create connection. We try to dig deeper and explore ideas. We like chaos. We like variety. We like adventure. We like risk. We like all these things. We like pushing to the limits of things. You know, that's why we love sports. So that is our behavior. That's our nature, our inherent nature. But that is dangerous to a company that's scaling and is stabilizing with an organizational framework. You need a integrator. We need the guy that's organizing, the guy or gal that's organizing, that's clarifying, that's simplifying, that's taking it down and focusing on one key strategy that's inherently going to work in the marketplace. So that was important for me because there's nothing wrong with that behavior, Marty. Like you made us you didn't make us, but you came up with the podcast idea and you've stuck with it and you continue to stick with it and you want to educate and you want to teach people and you want to have seminars and you want to do these things. Like those are great ideas, and these other business, you want to buy assets. So we have to get good people behind us though, and we have to have those people and our coaches rein it down and then focus on key things. And we're constantly thinking and obsessing about how do we get better? What can we use with the resources that we have? What can we do to make this a little bit better? Like we made this happen. We still do. We're still busy as hell, but we do a podcast no matter what. So like how can you do some of the things that you want to do with the resources that you have? But always knowing you got to have that integrator there that's going to settle you down, help you focus on the one or two key strategies that are going to get your business there. And then you're planning 3, 5, 10 years, 20 years down the road in your mind, constantly working through all these different angles. That's where you got to shine. That's where I got to shine. But we have to have a support system around us and in our personal and professional lives, or we're in big trouble.
yes, we are in big trouble. Those are really important. The integrator part, and it's funny. I have that, and I think sometimes we both try to be visionaries, and we both try to be integrators on different divisions. But when we do communicate, and we do communicate very well, well, there's more probably raining in on me than me raining on him. But um, doing more thoughtful and being more thoughtful about what we're trying to do, and maybe just being a little more purposeful on those things. And yeah, I think that's it's important. Again, this is just a lot of, as Jeremiah was talking to me, I'm really reflecting, right? So if you hear me like kind of not know what to say, it's because I really need some time to take this in. It's because this is the important stuff. Sometimes you need a day or two
Yeah,
to
you do. I
really,
know it overloads. Yeah, but I would say,
yeah,
and you know, I keep pumping Traction in the book, but reading Traction, and reread it, Marty,
yeah,
looking
reread
at
it.
it
Yep.
and focus on your business. And I don't think you're going anywhere, man. Let's skip to the punchline of the entire question that you asked me is you're going to be in Rochester. Your market. Homes are going to buy. They're going to be sold. They're going to be bought. This is going to happen for the next, forever. So focus on business itself. Focus on the components of your business. Focus on your sales. Focus on your marketing operation, your operations. You got to run it, and your accounting, your reporting. Like those are the three parts of a company, no matter what company you're in, and get good at running a company and have that conversation with your integrator saying, okay, this is, if you're going to play this role, you play it. I'm going to play this role. I got to go out and make sales. I got to, we can have multiple seats, but we got to decide who we're going to be in this business. And then we got to stick with that and have a vision of where we're going to go. And that gives you a framework so you're not thinking about a million different things. And if your margins are tight on single family, then scale down. Stick with the fundamentals. We're only going to do deals with this margin. Don't do deals for the sake of doing deals. And if you're projecting not bringing in the revenue, slow it down, man. Just like, okay, we can't hire up. We can't be crazy. We got to focus on this foundation, bring in our $500,000 a year each. And then also, though, your marketing machine continues to focus on commercial properties, and you set a goal of 1 to 4 commercial properties a year that you guys are going to continue to build and buy and expand and grow that asset class. But in utilizing your core admin staff, your core parts of your company with the same thing. It's sales, it's operations, and it's accounting. You still got to do the same thing in that other part of your business, but focus on those fundamentals. And then you can do these crazy things like, hold a conference, or we could do this, more podcasts or more education or whatever you want to do in that area. But there's nowhere else for you to go, man. You already know what you want, and you've already built the foundation to get there. Now you have to actually empower other people, train people, refine the systems, and stick with your strategies, dude. Don't go anywhere else. Just buy single family, generate revenue. Buy commercial real estate, run it and manage it, and give your investors a good return, period.
Well, I think that is the show, guys. That's the last 2 things I needed to hear. And because that is what I'm good at. And I like being good. I like it. That's fun. It's fun being good at those things. And I think sometimes, Jeremiah, we need to go back and look at the pictures in your phone sometimes 2 years ago and be like, I would have fucking loved to be in this position I'm in right now 2 years ago. Right. So remember that, because we get a little crazy. We're not where we want to be. None of us really are. Ed Milet says, be blissfully unsatisfied. And I try to do that. I really do. And so I need to just kind of refocus on, you guys we are doing a good job. We do a good job. We do the best single family houses. We do the best flips. These are not flips. These are custom remodels. We do an unbelievable job. And so, because I personally believe that quality part will always win, no matter what market, good or bad. I feel like quality will win. So, and we put a lot of our blood and sweat and our emotions into that to make that happen. So that is really good to hear. And at the same time, again, we're recentering. We're going to do what we do best and do is better and do it better, which is the home flipping, single family. And at the same time, let's do 1 to 4 commercial properties. That's the goal. And learn that business as we're already dominating the one area.
That's right. Right. Learn the hell out of that business, man. That's it. That's it.
All right.
You don't want to be doing service business for other people. And I don't either. Like we got to do what we do best. That's it.
No doubt. I tell my guys that all the time. I go, look, could you potentially make more money working in that service-based business? Yes. But I tell them, you want to work in chaos. This is chaos. This is a startup company. We're only going up. Go, if you believe me and Matt, my partner, and you know that we're not satisfied with where we are. Everyone's got a paycheck, everyone's doing well, but we are not satisfied where we are. And there's no better company than to be at a company that's got chaos. Because if you didn't have chaos, you'd be bored out of your fucking mind. And you'd be looking for another job that had chaos. And I think that's one of my problems, like you were saying, is I like chaos. So right now, this boring stuff, it's the conveyor belt is built. And it's just, we're pumping them out. So it's getting boring. So I'm looking for something that's chaotic. But what I need to do is get that boring business a lot better, learn a lot more, and get that thing humming at a way that is bananas. And then I can start to learn the other business, and but we don't have to go do it overnight. I think that's the thing. We don't have to go overnight. We can take our time.
Yeah, I think that's great. So I think that the summary for everyone, I think here, what I got out of this episode is analyzing these key areas of your life and business, and then looking in there and trying to ask yourself, okay, what am I really trying to achieve? And then why am I trying to achieve it? And am I really, me doing the same thing over and over, is that really helping me get there? Like if I am in business, if it's okay to do the same thing over and over, but like, what can I do to be better? Where are the weaknesses? Where are the things that I can work on? If I was better in this area, it would help everything else in that area of my life get better. So it was a lot. It's a lot here, but man, it's something that everybody needs to do and assess it at times, because you can't be a zombie going through life. You got to adapt, man. Business is fast. life is fast, right? Information is fast. Everything's changing. You got to adapt. So that's why we do this stuff right here, man. Right? This is why we have this podcast.
That's why we do it. And last thing is, it is fast. And people talk about how life and business is a marathon, right? Everyone says, especially people like in family might say, be careful, be careful. But I fucking think that's crap. I think it's a sprint. I think you got to sprint full on. And that's what we're going to do. After this episode, I'm going to keep sprinting. So that's my last thing I wanted to say.
I'm with you, baby. Yeah, you do. Every day. All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming to my my TED Talk where I was talking to Ted. Jeremiah was the therapist, and I was laying on the couch telling him what's going on. So hopefully you guys got some value out of that.
Who the Bills got today?
The Bills play. Oh man.
I know. I haven't looked yet.
I haven't looked yet either because I was like, this stuff's more important than knowing what's going on with the Bills. But I know, you know what I mean? It's like, but.
Oh, we got the Jets this week. Oh, we're up 3-0. Come on, baby.
That's a good match. That's gonna be a good. That's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a really good game. It's gonna be a really good game. I can't remember who the Bills are playing, but they're playing somebody. Hopefully they win.
Yeah, they are. They're playing Commanders, Washington. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, so good. You guys are up 3-0. So
okay, good.
All right. Well,
good luck to your Patriots, buddy.
Same.
See you next week, hopefully.
All right, man.
Later. Take care.
For more information on commercial real estate investing, go to patriotholdings.com. Thanks for listening to Finding Your Edge.